What's going on? Let me get the church announcements out. I need Mr. Paul Parham J, you know who he is, Joy B, and Josh Taylor to let me know if by Tuesday of next week you do not receive any mail or anything from me. I actually sent you guys thank you shit out my damn self today. So again, Paul J, Joy, and Josh, please let me know by Tuesday of next week if you do not receive anything from me. Please, okay? I need Paulette, Miss Bullware, and Felicia, and Baby Doll Access to send me your email, your mailing addresses. Again, that's Paulette Caleb, Miss Bullware. I didn't want to say Miss D Bullware. She knows who she is. Felicia, the business owner, and Miss Baby Doll Access. Could you all please email me your mailing addresses? Thank you. Again, Paul, J, Joy, and Josh, let me know if you don't get something by Tuesday of next week. Okay? Okay. Now, Greenleaf, Season 1, Episode 6. Good morning, Calvary. Good morning. Now, we're going to start this episode off with Gigi down there. I see him last week. Gigi told, oh, I got 32 minutes before this going to cut off. Okay, let me see if I can do it in under. I can do it. Okay. My memory almost full, and it letting me know that I got 32 minutes. So we're going to, y'all know why, because I'm long-winded, and the shit, I could do an over 30-minute review on this shit. It's good. Okay. Now, remember last week, Jacob got kicked to the curb, and Gigi took over his responsibilities, and in doing so, she told Bishop Daddy that she was going to open up a support group for victims of sexual abuse, okay? This episode started off with her doing exactly that. We see them in a support group meeting, and we meet this girl by the name of Stacy. And I be damned if my sister don't owe me a fucking drink tomorrow night down there at the damn bar. I know you watching this, boo. I want you to know, yes, I will be down there at the bar tomorrow night. I know you thought I would come, but yes, I am, because bitch, you owe me a cocktail. That was Quita from from Having Have-Nots. I told y'all, girl, we was watching this here. Let me tell y'all, people think I don't be paying attention, because a lot of time I act like that, but I keep telling you, don't fall for that shit. Sometimes I know exactly what's going on around me. I just act like I don't, because I won't deal with shit. That's a defense mechanism that ain't good, but I use it. Okay. I told her straight up, I said, that's Quita. That ain't no damn Quita. This girl act better. It don't matter that she acting better. I'm telling you, that was Quita. And if you go over and watch my fam, Random TV Reviews, and my MVP on YouTube, Ashley Miller, they will fucking tell you that was Quita, Quincy's sister. Well, anyway, she's at this meeting, and she basically tells us, you know, when I was growing up, my mom and dad separated, and she had got her a boyfriend, and one night we was all sitting around in the living room watching TV, and my mama had fell asleep, and if I'm not mistaken, that girl said her anus was in there. Well, her stepdaddy told her to lay down on his lap and stuff and relax, you know, because the mama had fell asleep, and he began to massage her, and from there it led to him, you know, probably molested. Well, not no problem, because she said he did. He molested her, and you know, she replayed that whole episode of how that cycle of abuse began for her, and she got real emotional. And at the end of the counseling session, you would see various women in the group that would come up to her and be like, girl, you know, I'm praying for you and all of this stuff. And Gigi had came up to her, and she was like, you know, I'm here for you if you need me or whatnot. And she was thanking her for coming and telling her story. And old girl say ever since she had heard about that program beginning, she couldn't wait to get there, because it helped her clear that lump she had in her throat, and she feel like she can go on with life now. Now, as she's talking to Gigi in this manner, okay, you got this guy that comes up behind her, who we later identify as Keith, her man, and I knew right then. See, girl, let me tell you something. One thing I'm going to tell you about. You ain't got to necessarily go to school to recognize the signs of a man that's got a little bit of I'll beat a bitch down in her. He had that because he come up to her talking about, Stacey, get ready. She said, yeah, I'm on my way. He said, come on, let's go now. I said, oh, he kicked her ass. See this cycle of abuse? Child, when I tell you that this was every bit of what goes on in a lot of our homes today, and I can only speak for black people because I don't know nothing about no white folks, and I didn't grow up white. I ain't used to be white or none of that shit. I've always been black. But this go on, and this is a part of that generational curse, because she ain't said nothing, and her daddy did her like that, her stepdaddy. Now we gonna learn more about how she is herself has allowed herself to now transfer one form of abuse to another. Still both bad situations, and if it don't stop, guess who gonna carry it on? Her two daughters that she got. But I ain't gonna go there with y'all like that, because I ain't got no schooling for that. That just come off of what the fuck I know to be true. Follow me, if you will, to the next scene. We see Bishop and Lady May arrive from some event, and they talking. And he tell her that, you know, they been wanting to come down there to Birmingham and do him some preaching down there. He think about going. And in his absence, he gonna ask Gigi to go on and preach. Well, you know, Lady May ain't here for none of that going on. She don't. It's like she fear Gigi, and I feel like she fear because she's scared that Gigi is that layer of skin that if she pull back what's really going on, the veils, all that BS that go on in their family, all they fucking secrets just gonna jump them up under them covers. She don't want that up under there. She fear Gigi because she can't control her, and she know what Gigi know. Gigi is not wooed or awed by her position. She don't care nothing about, you know, how people will perceive things. Gigi straight up, she'll let you know. And that's what Lady May is afraid of, because if Gigi start talking, it's going to tear down the walls in her fake ass sanctuary she built. But anyway, she telling him, why don't you just go on and reinstate Jacob and forgive him? It ain't like you above reproach yourself. In other words, she gave us the impression that Bishop Daddy over there, he done did some stuff. But he said he wasn't even worried about that. Say, Gigi, that boy ain't got no place around here. She said, you ain't never really wanted him to even be. You never would have brought him in out of the rain if it had not been for the fact that Gigi left. You don't really, you know, you don't really hold him to the same esteem as you do Gigi. And he said no, he just don't feel that, you know, Jacob really got it. Child, they talk about Jacob like he that little black sheep of the family. They ain't really care too much about it. You know, it seems like she do, but from what I got from Bishop Daddy, he don't really hold his own son in the highest regards like he do Gigi. And it could be because, as we find out later on, that this man ain't really called, you know, to preach, if you ask me. Based on what we're going to talk about later, he ain't called, child. He wasn't no ones that just came, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't one of the ones that was called. He was one of the ones that just showed up and they gave, okay. Next scene, we see Carissa and Jacob. She done came out the bedroom area. He must be sitting in the sitting area for her and the girls and stuff. She ready for him to go to bed. She said, she asked him was he gonna come to bed, and he said that he would, but right now he talking to some friend of his named Gregory that he met at the Vegas trip, and he owns a network, and he's thinking about possibly trying to get Bishop Daddy on the airwaves and stuff, on the TV and stuff. If he can work that out, that'll be good. She all down for that because she know his she already know he ain't really all that in the family, and as she tell him later, his stock gonna go down when Gigi preach anyway, child. Next we see Charity talking about she kind of getting tired of old Nigel. Nigel is the tambourine player, also known as the choir director, who give her all kinds of issues, complications, and problems every time they come together. Nigel want to do it his way. Charity sees it a different way. Any ideas Charity give, Nigel rebuffs him, act like he the minister of music and everything. He act like he over everything. He ain't over nothing, honey. So she give him this opportunity to really work with her, because she don't want to have to let him go and tell him that, look, some chick, she said she ain't want her to do any more leads the rest of the year because the girl flat. He talking about he don't have a problem with her doing this, really he was kind of ignoring her. He talking about other stuff, but when she let him know that that's what she mean, he told her that he was offered a position elsewhere, and I guess he said that thinking that would scare her. But she told him, well, maybe you should take that, and she walked on out. So we know we're going to lose Nigel on this episode unless he come back with some fool of fuck. Other than that, we're going to say goodbye to Nigel, because she cracked his face and he couldn't do nothing but accept that. That's what happened on that, okay? Now, Bishop go tell Gigi, look here, I'm going to need you to preach. I got to go down here to Birmingham on the third Sunday. And then, I set Jacob down and I ain't finna unseat him from that spot. So, you have to do it. She said, I ain't come back here to do all of that. He said, well, basically, he went from trying to convince her lovingly to doing what he always do, which is enforce his what he wants on people based on his position in the church, okay? He told her she ain't got no damn choice, is what she told her, and she had to bite that, okay? Next, we find out Sophia will be leading a song. I ain't know Sophia could sing. And I'm going to talk about Sophia singing because everybody is prayer game on here, okay? But, yeah, she happy. But she's sitting there talking to her mama about it, old Gigi, and she began to ask Gigi, what's it like to preach or whatnot, And she told her it was like being overcome, like somebody speaking through you. And I know that feeling. I don't like that feeling, but I know that feeling, okay? And, that's what happened with them. Now, next we go to a scene that kind of threw me for a loop. You got Jacob and his friend Gerald, and Gerald brought his wife. They all sitting down at the dinner table. Well, first they were standing up there talking about some hors d'oeuvres that she made, which wasn't nothing but some portobello mushroom with a cheese sauce on it. And he had like that was the best thing in the world. Well, in between all that conversation they was having, it came out that she from Houston, and he said he loved Houston, and they found out they had something in common. They like art, okay? But we can also tell that he don't just like art, he like her too, okay? Child. Once again, in that scene, if you ask me, she kind of, again, overtalked herself. Now, I don't know if she was overtalking herself because she was feeling the vibe of a man hollering at her, or she was overtalking herself because it's just what she do, and that's part of the reason why her and her husband are always having problems, is because she don't know her place sometimes. She try to wear the pants and the motherfucking panties, and that don't work, okay? Now, next we see Gigi Charity up in their room talking to her husband Kevin. Now she talking to him and she flipping through these resumes trying to decide who she gonna call in for an interview, and she confused about it. He telling her do a eeny, meeny, miny, mo type of thing on the thing. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, in the meantime, in between time, he's strolling through that phone on that damn gay app, just looking at chestnuts and peens, just chestnuts and peens. So she asked him, get her a solution. So he go over there too, and basically what he do is take a pile. Yes, no, maybe. The no's he get rid of quickly because he trying to hurry this up. He don't really feel like talking about this with her because like I told y'all, he wants to go back over here where the peens at and get his life. That's what he want to do. So after she, he narrowed it down to her like she was dumb as hell and could have came up with that on her own. He happy as hell. And she said to him, I'm glad we ain't got to go through this type of stuff, because he told her to use the concept of actually how a dating app. Yes, no, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So she said, well, I'm glad we ain't got to do that. He said, well, she said, have to ever deal with dating apps. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, girl, you is really going to, I hope that you seem like you alright as an actress right now. But girl, when you find out, when it's time for us to find out your reaction to finding out that you married to and pregnant by a gay man, I want to see some Angela Bassett tear up the motherfucking shit, burn that nigga car and his clothes, outside your house type of shit. I want to see that. I ain't gonna lie. Now a lot of people might say, lady nigga, why you want to see it? Cause that's the fuck I want to see. I want to see her. I want you in character, girl. Everybody talking about motherfucking formation. Fuck a formation, girl. You best to get in character. When I tell you, you better have a wait and exhale moment on him. Oh, you better. Cause if you don't, girl, I'm gonna be side-eyeing you, and I probably ain't want to see you nowhere else, Miss Winans. I forgot your first name. Girl, that's probably why you... Is you kin to Vicky and CC and Bieber now? I'm gonna have to look that up on Miss Google. Anyway, Miss May, Lady May, she go to see Gigi now about that preaching that she gonna do Sunday. She in there trying to tell this girl, you know, Lady May is a calculated, smooth bitch. She in there talking about, reminiscing about when Gigi did her first sort of mini public speaking and how impressed everybody was. And then she said to her, please don't, basically don't get up there and act no damn fool in front of this church and embarrass me and your father, especially when he gone. Gigi looking at her like, instead of you coming in here and encouraging me to do well Sunday on my first time back at the pulpit in 20 years, here you go talking to me about keeping family secrets. Do you even much not love me, mama? She gonna act like that's an absurd question. Girl, that wasn't the answer you gave her was absurd, really. You told this girl, yes, of course I love you, but I also love your father and I love this church. In other words, before I let you tear that down, I'll take you down. That's what she was telling you. And then she walks on off like she ain't come to cause no problem, but you basically just came and gave that girl a slick ass warning. You old bitch, you. Oh. We see Jacob and Carissa back talking to these folks again, okay? And basically this man is saying that, they ain't get to talk a whole lot about it last, they didn't talk so much they ain't talk about the business at hand, which is trying to get Bishop Daddy on this boy's network so that can, boost their popularity and maybe give him a fighting chance with Bishop Daddy and the family situation, because clearly he is the black sheep of the family. Don't nobody seem to give a damn about him but his mama, okay? So basically at this table, this man and this woman, Gerald and his wife, had told them that they got this house out in the woods with a hot tub and basically them two swingers, and they want to get with Carissa and Jacob. That's what I got out of there. You come up here, we can talk business, and then afterwards, whatever happened in the woods, stay in the woods, I guess, type of thing. And Jacob shocked Carissa just like whatever. And when they leave, he asked her, you know what they just asked us? She said, again, boy, you better do what you got to do here. Your stock is going down. I forgot to mention that after the first encounter, she went upstairs to go to bed. And he came in there and seen her taking off her, clothes. And she revealed to us that she had a nice little old shaped body out there. She had some Vicky's secrets on, but it wasn't no secrets being told. And Jacob got a little horny and thought he can touch her, and she wasn't here for it. She almost fell for it, but I guess her, what they've been going through has, it's been so long. She let that go. She brushed him off. So now let's fast forward back to this thing here. She basically, whatever we got to do to try to keep, because she all about position, and she willing to do whatever it takes to keep her man in a position, okay? Now Gigi go out with the pastor. She's sitting in there with that pastor. Remember the one with the TD Jake, got the little gap like me thing going on for himself? They talking about what she possibly gonna talk about on her speech, doing her sermon. She saying she don't know. Well, that's when Kevin come and tell her that Stacy down there to see her, and she needs to come see her. When she get there, Stacy done been beat up by her boyfriend Keith, okay? Now she gets this girl, they try to find her a homeless shelter to go to. She ain't really with that because last time she was at the homeless shelter, one of her girls got sick, then everybody was sick, so she don't want to do that. So Gigi find her refuge for the night as Kevin works on trying to find her a home to go to, okay? Now, I don't understand it, but she did ask her, she said, how did this happen? She said that he beat her because After the group session, she went home and told him because he asked her what went on at the session, and she said that she told them about her past abuse situation with her stepdaddy. He told her, "Why would you go and tell people that?" See, it's that family secret shit, y'all. Pay attention, family secret shit. But why would you go and tell people that that's a bad look on us? It's putting people in our business, and it makes me look bad. It's supposed to make him look bad because he is viewed as a man with a broken woman, but he broke too, okay? Because only a broken person would think it's okay to go upside somebody's head to the degree that he did, because that girl had he gave her foot action, and he punched her a couple times in her eye because she didn't have a regular black eye. That bitch had a coon eye, okay? There's a difference. Black eye is not going to look like that. A coon eye is when that motherfucker hit you there in the same spot a couple of times. He gave her a raccoon eye, child, and that's what happened. So Gigi going to try to help her because she need help. Let me hurry up. I'm at 20. Okay. Charity interviewed this prospect, guy named Carlton. They seemed to vibe very well together. They even sang a song together. She all practically gave this boy the job on the spot, but he said, "Look, let me tell you something about me. I want to keep it 1,000. This has been the problem with my last 2 assignments I had. I'm gay. And if I'm gay, that means I got a gay man. And if I'm going to work here, my man will fellowship here." She said, "I don't see no problem with that. So welcome to Calvary. And we got a new tambourine player. His name is Carlton. He cute too." Okay. Mavis, Gigi go to talk with Mavis. She telling her that she gonna preach the next day, and Mavis kind of is surprised. Right after that, you see Bishop Daddy go see Mavis, okay? He going to visit with Mavis because he know Mavis will be the one to know. He recalls that Gigi said she didn't come to preach. So he want to know from Mavis exactly what it is that Gigi is there for. She say, "You already know what the girl is there for, but okay, we gonna act like okay." Then he gets to talking some shit that made me wonder what's going on, cause he gets talking about he oftentimes feels that he missed his train. And then he looked down at her and asked her, did he miss his train? And she said, "James, it's a train leaving every day." Did they mess around? That's what I got out of it. Now, if I'm reaching again, y'all bring me back in. Sometimes, I go over there to the left. You gotta bring a bitch to the right. Is that what happened? I don't think that's. I think what I see. It sounded like they had some dealings back in the day. Now let's go back to Charity, cause I told y'all she had that boy. Okay. Gigi is watching this woman's children at whatever safe place they done put her in, a hotel or whatever. Okay. Apparently she was supposed to have went down there to the county building maybe to apply for some type of AIDS, but she said she didn't feel like sitting up there being treated like, people treat you funny when they you come from a domestic situation. That sometimes people even treat you like you at fault for this shit. She said she didn't want to go through that today, and she told Gigi she appreciate them getting this room and that she'll pay the church back as soon as she can. The little girls decide to get ready to start preparing for bed, so that gives Gigi and Stacy a chance to talk. And basically what Stacy said was she know Gigi thinks she crazy, but in the book of her mind, and this is the mind of an abused person, she think because she missed out most of her life having a father figure in her life, that by staying with a man who is obviously kicking her motherfucking ass and about to put her in a grave soon if he continues that, or vice versa, because she could just get tired one day and snap. But instead of her leaving, she feel like if she go back, then it at least keeps her daughters from experiencing that loneliness and emptiness that she felt as a girl growing up without her father being there. Now, I don't know how you supposed to connect them dots in a logical mindset, but I've been around people who thought like that. I've counseled them, and it's sad, y'all. It's sad. They honestly think in their mind by going back that it helps, and it don't help at all. And she basically asked Gigi why she's so concerned. Gigi saying, because I care. They always try to, when you're trying to help somebody in a situation like that, don't be surprised if they go off on you a little bit, because they don't mean no harm. It's just that in their mind, it's so much going on within them. They trying to understand themselves, and at the same time try to figure out why somebody even give a damn about me, because in the book of their mind they ain't even worthy of that. So that's what I took out of there. That Gigi told her she care, okay. She also asked her to think about your girls, because this won't stop. This will transfer on from you to them, just like it transferred from her being a little girl going through that to now in her adult life she dealing with an abusive man. Her girls are gonna follow that right on that suit if she don't stop the cycle right now. I don't know if she is or not, but on this episode she didn't. All right, Jacob go talk to Carissa. Greg want them to go to that dinner. She down for it. She said, okay, we got to get your stock back up in this family, okay? Next, we see Charity telling Kevin about the new choir director, Carlton, and Kevin saying that the bishop won't be happy because, see, now she done told him that he gay. He's scared that his tea gonna get clocked, so he don't really want her to do that. But she say everybody knew Nigel was gay. He say, but Nigel never said it. It don't matter if he said it or not. Everybody need to come and worship. So we gonna leave that alone, and you gonna be all right, okay? While they was talking, Gigi called in, and Kevin answered the phone and said he found a place for Stacy and them kids to go to. Well, instead of Stacy just holding tight, because Gigi turned that car around and went right back to that hotel to tell her. But when she got there, the maid say her and the girls had done already checked out, and we knew that she had went back home. Okay, now let's go to the night of the supposedly menage a trois, whatever the hell you want to call that shit that's supposed to go on between Jacob and Carissa and Greg and his wife. You got Carissa is dressed to the gods, baby. She got on her come on fuck me right now dress. Jacob bullshit in the bathroom. He don't want to go. She told him, look, you done disrespected me and for years. You been making a fool out of me for years, refusing to forgive me for the one mistake. Why the hell should it matter if another man touched me? Now, two questions I had out of there. Girl, what you done back in the day that he ain't forgave you for? Because the plot thickens with these people. And, basically, girl, why would you even ask him that question? Because you should have known, child, when I seen the previews, I knew what he was going to say. He said what all men going to say in this type of position. I done heard it before. That's why I'm formally married, because you mine. This is what he told her. So I ain't no perfect man, but you mine. And that was enough to cut her steamy faucet on, because they had sex probably for the first time in years, and it was so good that the next day at church they happy as hell. And Lady May done come up in there getting ready, because they at the church house the next day, child. She happy telling them, talking about she told her, what did she tell them? Something about, child, let not your heart be troubled, cast your troubles on me, or some shit like that. Basically, she was saying, I got your back. I'm going to make sure you don't get ousted out of this damn family and this religious stuff we do, because I know what's going on. I said, oh, okay then. We see Carlton finally meets Kevin and Carissa. Meets Kevin, and he uncomfortable as Kevin uncomfortable as hell, because he's scared he gonna get clocked. Oh boy, realized what he's saying, but he played it out. Oh, y'all cute. Y'all gonna have some cute kids. Okay. Then you got Sophia giving us biracial Christian song and praise, and okay. Then Gigi stand up the podium and say she gonna talk about one thing, but when she looked down in that audience and seen Stacy sitting up there on that third row with the man that abused her, caused her to have these shades on her face, she decided to take a little. She said, I ain't at risk. We gonna go Old Testament in here. So, and that's where it cut off, child. Also, Mavis walked in that church, so that's her backup. Girl, you be strong. I can't wait to see what really gonna happen. There was also a scene where Bishop Daddy told Lady Mae that he ain't fucking trying to hurt her. That was right before he left for Birmingham. He ain't trying to make her pay for no faith, dear child. He trying to stop a war. Because he know what Gigi there for. Lady Mae suspect. He know. Okay? So, like I said, y'all, I'm on time restraint. This thing from get ready to cut off. So, in the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. Come back and see me tomorrow. I'll be doing Q&A. And I have, we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about some bullshit. I found this show called Ghetto Gossip. We're going to talk about that on tomorrow. Okay? But, thank you all for the support. Thank you for the donations to my fan funding. I found out about that this morning. Y'all amazing. Y'all are truly amazing, and God is working it out in my favor. I thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a peaceful night. Bye.